So now we are going to take this nopal and we're going to slice it. Although you don't have to slice it, but it is better to eat it. It is easier to eat it when it is small. And we're just going to use a small portion. And I'm going to make eggs with this beautiful cactus, very healthy, and with onions and with some garlic also. Now the rest of this we can put back in the fridge. So we want to get the pan nice and hot. So we're going to put some oil into the pan, and we're going to make sure it's all saturated with oil and is hot. So we're just going to give it a few seconds to heat up. Now what I've done is I've taken the nopal and I've sliced it up with some garlic, and I just noticed that I don't have any onions left, but it's okay. We're going to use some garlic and some nopal for kind of our basis for this egg dish. And in it goes, and look at that, it's just beautiful. And you can tell from the motorcycle passing that, you know, we don't really have noise regulation here in Mexico, which is one of the problems, really. Some of those motorcycles are really loud. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to this. And of course, with all the noise regulations comes the rest, you know, because it's not properly muffled. You've got all the pollution, and you've got all these super old vehicles. So we really have difficulties with pollution, even in a small community like this, because I am not in Mexico City where there's 20 million people. I am in a smaller area on the Yucatan Peninsula, near the coast, and we just don't have the population here, but we have the pollution. It's unbelievable, the garbage I take off the window every week. It really is. Look at that, it's just cooking beautifully. And it cooks very quickly. These cactuses cook very quickly. I can already eat one. Delicious, delicious. So this is going to make a great base for the eggs. I'm going to add, and I'm going to do that part now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to crack a few eggs into this bowl. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm using a tripod, and it's just a little bit more convenient like this. And we want to put it in the bowl. Like I used to crack it on the edge of the pan and just drop it in, but then you've got pieces of shell sometimes. So it's easier if you put it in a bowl. It's easier to dig out the shell if you manage to dump a few pieces in. So now I'm going to, you can leave them kind of full, but I'm going to mix it because I'm going to add a little bit of milk, which I'll again do off camera here. There we go. We'll stir it up, and I'm going to give this a little bit of a wind. Here, this is done, and we're just going to dump in that mixture of egg and a little touch of milk. Just to add a little bit of creaminess, we add a little bit of milk. Now I'm going to do something that you may or may not like, but I'm going to add some curcuma. This is it's a spice, but it's going to give it a really nice flavor. Almost like, there we go. And it's almost like, I just tasted a little bit of the powder. It's kind of like, I can't describe it, you've just got to try it. But it's going to give it just a little bit of bite. And we're also going to add a little bit of pepper. And you can, depending on your taste buds, you can also add a little bit of chili if you wish. And I'm going to add the chili because I am getting over a little bit of a situation, and it's just going to open up my breathing a little bit more. So I think a little bit of chili is going to do the trick. So we're just going to add that also. There we go. And we're just going to let that do its thing for a few more minutes. You see, it's not quite ready to flip. So we'll just let that cook for a minute or two more. Maybe while it cooks, what you can do is you can add things, like for example, you can clean your plate, and what you can do is you can add a little bit of bread and whatever else you like to add to your dish. Here's a little bit of whole wheat bread. Okay, now it looks like this is about ready to flip because I'm putting the spatula underneath and it seems to be holding pretty well, so I'm just going to flip it in pieces here. And you can see the importance of using oil because it tends to stick to, well, the pan I'm using right now. But look at that, it's looking great. It's all cooked. I'm just going to cook it well on the other side. And here we go. So I've added a little bit of tomatoes, cold sliced tomatoes, and this meal is going to be fantastic, very healthy. It has the nopal, it has the garlic. It would have been even better with onions, but I had no onions. And it's got whole wheat bread, but you can add tacos or tostados or whatever you have to make this a fantastic meal. There we go. That's a great lunch.